Good morning, good morning, good morning.
What up?
Well, I got a new co-pilot with me today. We are headed to Fort Smith.
The big city.
The big city. We're going to the big D and don't mean Dallas.
Nope.
Oh, I got a turn here. I probably should have started John.
What do you have to turn
1
for?
minute. But it says Fort Smith that way.
No, you go straight.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right, well, I don't have to turn.
I come here a lot.
Yeah.
This is my big city.
Yeah, my big city's Russellville. Their big city's Fort Smith. But if you look in the background, we got a motorcycle on there.
We got a moped.
A little moped, an extreme e-bike.
Extreme e-bike. Yeah, the new model.
The new model. We are doing something that this guy right here has been wanting to do for about 3 years now.
Yes.
We're taking his bike to the Harley shop. And he got me up early this morning, guys. Early. He's like, yeah, I set an appointment for 9 o'clock in the morning. I should have unfriended him then.
No, I called him up and I had to make an appointment. And the guy's like, all right, well, how about Friday, 9 o'clock? I'm all, is that the only one you got open? He's like, yeah, or we can wait till the week after. I said, nah, Friday, 9's fine.
Yeah.
That's cool. We'll be there. Somewhat around that time.
Yeah, somewhere around there. And I've got a small trailer that's perfect for stuff like this. So
Yeah.
Anthony's like, how about we just have a guy's day and go drop it off and we'll take your truck and trailer. And I was like, yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. So, and of course, I'm always on time.
Yeah, he was at the house right at 7.
Yeah, he said in between 7 and 7:30. I said I'll be there at 7, and showed up, loaded it up. It was still dark when we loaded it up. We got 8 million straps on that motorcycle back there. It's if 2 straps break, we got like 2 backups on it. So I think there's probably 7 straps on there, 6 or 7.
Yeah, there's a lot on there.
There's a lot of straps. We got that joker strapped down, but
well, it needs to be because
Yeah.
there ain't no gate on the back of that trailer. So if a strap broke,
yeah, it's gone.
it'd be bouncing down the freeway, and I'd be very upset.
And it ain't cheap.
No.
That joker right there ain't cheap. It's a nice bike, though, guys. I sat on it this morning, boy. That's some comfort right there.
I know. I told him because you guys know he just got a bike, right? So his is in the shop.
Yeah.
And I said he can't be the first one to be riding around here since I've had a bike this whole time. But I said, here, go ahead and sit on mine, see how that feels. And he just sat on it, and he's like, ooh.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot more comfortable than mine, to say the least. I'm gonna feel every bit of that bike that's up underneath me.
Now your bike, his bike is gonna be awesome,
Yeah.
you guys. I'd love to find an old Harley like that.
I would like to. I would like one
seriously.
like that for comfort, for long rides and stuff like that. But just for something to like bob to town or whatever, or just go on like
on the dirt road.
on a little day trip with the guys or whatever. No long rides, just kind of just maybe probably Fort Smith, something like that, be the longest ride you take on that thing, an hour away. You know what I mean? Just kind of go have a guy's day. It's perfect for that. And being that I haven't rode since my early 20s, it's a good starter bike for me. Instead of going to spend, $50,000 on a bike like Tim.
Well, I ain't Tim rich when I bought that, so.
And then, I ain't rode in 20-something years. Let me just go lay this big old joker down. Nah, I'd much rather lay something down that I only got a couple grand in.
No, it's true.
Won't hurt my feelings as bad. And, but I used to ride a lot when I was younger. I mean, I've had several different bikes over the years, but that was my early 20s. I mean, I'm 46 now, almost 47. That's a long time ago. I'm sure, like they say, the saying, it's like riding a bike, it comes back. I'm sure it will.
It will.
But I just ain't rode in a while, and the opportunity came for me to get that, and I was like, that's a good introduction for me to kind of get back into it. Because when I quit riding crotch rockets, I used to ride all the crotch rockets. The last bike I rode was a 750 Katana. And, I was young and dumb and rode them a little harder than I probably should have and stuff like that. And when I became a daddy, I decided I didn't need that kind of life anymore. I had, I had a little one to think about. So I always said that I was going to get rid of that bike, and when I was 35, I was going to buy a Harley, something to cruise on. Well, at 35 years old, I had the money and the means and had permission from the ex-wife and all of that to do it, but I decided at that point in my life it wasn't a good time for me to do it personally. It was more of a want than something I really needed at the time.
It's weird because I rode motorcycles my entire life when I was growing up. Always had a dirt bike. When I was a kid, you always have dirt bikes, mopeds. I had a Honda Trail 90. It was my first bike, even though that's not a motorcycle, that's a trail bike. I'm sure some of you probably even know what a Honda Trail 90 is.
I had a 125 Mandoro Kawasaki, and I had a 250. After that one, that was awesome.
I always had the old bikes.
Yeah.
Right. My dad would always find the old barn motorcycle, and we'd fix it up. And so I had like a 1978 or 79 Yamaha 125. I had the Honda Trail 90. I had a Honda 200, and I had a KTM 125. Right.
My Kawasaki was 100 or 125, but it was the old school one. Same thing, really old, probably
metal
in the
gas
80s.
tank.
Metal gas tanks and had the red, white, and blue. Design that it had or whatever. And man, I used to ride that thing on the back roads. So I remember one time I went to go see a girl, and I had a flat tire in the back. I had no means of getting a new tire, and the throttle was messed up on it. So I took the front off the carburetor, pushed the piston all the way up, wedged it up, and when you had a big old sponge like you use for grout, and I would muffle the carburetor when I need to speed up, and then just take the sponge off and wide open running with a flat tire in the back. I got there though. I showed up.
That's crazy.
Oh, the good old days. And then I had like a Honda 600, 650, something like that, just a street bike, your typical Honda and stuff. That was probably the first street bike that I bought. And that was actually when I moved out on my own when I was 15. That was the first ride I had as far as that went. And I drove that thing back and forth like 45 minutes away every night. I worked at a sawmill making pallets at night. And then go to school during the day. And I stayed with an old lady in a small town that was an old alcoholic that lost her license, that needed a roommate that could drive her around every once in a while. Her name was Flo. I called her Flo Master. And I'd come in at like 3 in the morning from building pallets and stuff like that. She'd be wasted on the couch, old Flo Master. But the room was cheap, and I was young.
Hey, that's all right.
And I couldn't get nothing in my name, so
that's all right. It worked out.
And then I drove bikes for a little while after that. Then I sold water purification systems when I was like 19 years old with a 750 Katana. And people were like, I can't believe you sell water systems on the motorcycle. I'm like, I'm here to get you good, clean water in a hurry. Come on.
Yeah, in a hurry. Be fat.
That was actually one of my selling techniques or whatever. It worked pretty good. But yeah, I had my water testing kit and briefcase and stuff strapped to the back, and I'd be in a suit and tie and have to tuck my tie because my ties would get like the flags, how they get tethered.
Oh yeah.
And from the wind. Oh, the good old days. But yeah, I ain't rode a bike in a long time, so I'm excited. I mean, there's nothing like riding, man.
No, it's unless you've ridden one, like you won't understand. But that wind therapy for sure.
And out here, it's perfect because there's no traffic.
The scenery is
gorgeous,
beautiful.
It's gorgeous, and the most dangerous thing about bikes, guys, is other drivers.
Oh yeah,
facts.
100% facts.
So. Like riding I probably would never get a bike in like Dallas and stuff like that and ride like that anymore.
Man, it was hairy for me to ride in Vegas.
I bet.
Man,
I bet.
There's so much traffic there, and try riding a bike and it's 120 outside.
Yeah.
It's like, because this bike right here was my main mode of transportation for years.
Yeah.
I mean, I just rode that around town all the time, and yeah, it would be hairy. You ain't lying though when it says the other people, man. I've seen people get T-boned on bikes.
Oh yeah, people pull out in front of you, and you know what I mean. It's probably the worst accident that I was on was with my brother, because at one point my car was messed up. My brother's bike was the only mode of transportation we had, and I'm not normally one for riding beep on the back. But when you got to go to work, you do what you got to do.
Yeah, if you got to get there, you're hopping on.
So me and my brother would literally
Not
put
me,
our tool belts on. We'd have our tool belts on, bolt bags, spud wrenches hanging and stuff, you know. And he'd have his on. We fully tooled up to go to work because you couldn't haul it unless you was wearing it. And we would go, and somebody pulled out in front of us, and we kind of slid. And luckily, my brother drove to what's happening at that thing and saved us, because we kind of slid down like this, and then he punched it and made it stand back up, and we went around them. And hats off to you, brother. You drove that thing. Because that could have been bad, and that's why in the city I'm not trying to ride like that anymore. But out here, I mean, I can go to town and not even see a car.
Yeah.
You know, so I think it's gonna be cool. And plus, you know, Anthony's got a bike, Drew's got a bike, MT's got a bike,
Tim's got a spaceship.
Yeah, Tim's got a spaceship and a crotch rocket.
Yeah.
Tim's got like what is it?
Well, crotch rockets aren't real bikes, like I said before. But, you know.
Well, I don't know though. He got the Ducati. That Ducati's a nice bike.
The
If you're a
only
crotch rocket rider, a Ducati's what you want. You know what I mean? Kind of like if you're a street bike type, you want a Harley. You know?
Well, that's because that's a real bike.
Yeah. Well, that's a real crotch rocket. I'm gonna have to defend the Ducati. That's a bad.
It is.
That's a bad.
I just don't like riding with my butt up in the air.
Yeah. my back won't let me ride like that anymore.
You know I'm gonna make fun of Tim a little bit.
Oh yeah.
It's all in good fun anyway.
But maybe Tim will sell me his bike, because you know, he just destroyed his legs, so
yeah, well,
might be too much bike for him. He might need that light Ducati.
He can put them training wheels on it.
I might have some for sale in the future. Turn it into a trike.
Yeah, but it's about time we get this in here. I feel bad. I called the guys up and let them know the situation, because when I parked that bike when we moved here, I did actually some maintenance on it like a month after we got here, replaced some exhaust gaskets and stuff, and it was running perfect. Like, I had it tuned right before we left, all kind of stuff. So it's literally just been sitting, which is horrible for motorcycles and small engines and stuff kind of thing, to let them sit. Because
of that ethanol.
Yeah, so they're going to have to go through the whole fuel system on this bike. They even said they might have to replace the fuel pump, fuel lines, who knows. The brake fluid, I got ABS on that bike, and they're going to have to replace that. They said because when it sits, the moisture level rises because of the water and all kinds of stuff. So,
and y'all thought only heat rose.
Yeah, more than heat just rises around here. So I'm hoping it's not going to cost an arm and a leg to get fixed, but it needs to get fixed because I literally just paid it off within 6 months ago.
Congratulations.
So it's literally mine now.
Yeah.
And of course it's literally mine when it don't run.
Oh yeah.
You know, the whole time it ran, perfectly, it was being paid for. Now it's paid off. Oh, you ain't gonna run.
And the longer you let it sit, just the more problems it's gonna have. I mean, the worst thing to do with small motors is not use them.
Well, at least I kept it covered though. It's been covered in the tent garage the entire time we've been here.
Yeah.
And when it was on the back of the trailer for like the first couple months, it was covered.
Yeah. And that's a big deal.
Yeah. It's a little dirty. It's got dirt, and dust on it, but the cats, it's mainly from the cats, believe it or not, guys. They've gone in the tent with their muddy paws when it's raining and jump and hang out on my bike.
Yeah.
I found mud daubers on my bike. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I was like, you raggedy mud daubers, dude. Come on. So, I don't know. They'll probably give me the bad news in a couple days of how much it's going to cost when they do the breakdown on it.
Speaking of bad news, I talked to Mahindra yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
And they have to replace the whole fuel rail on Uber. And they kind of caught me off guard a little bit yesterday, because they was like, they're trying to get it approved from the warranty. And I'm like, what's that mean? Because it's supposed to be bumper to bumper with this 2-year warranty. And then after 2 years, it has a 7-year drivetrain warranty. So it had 5 years left on the drivetrain warranty. But the 2-year one's bumper to bumper, so I was like, what do you mean, try? And I was like, what happens if they don't approve it? And they're like, well, you got to pay to fix it. I said, there ain't going to be none of that.
So I paid. I got the warranty.
I got the warranty, and I got it here 5 days before it ended. You know, so just because your diagnostic machine was messed up and it took you all the 5 days to get it back there, it had nothing to do with me. I dropped it off on this date.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
So
it was in
counts.
your parking lot. So we'll see. She said the lady's really good at getting the warranties approved and all of that. And I'm not talking any kind of smack with them. Maybe if they don't, but not right now. Because they've been nothing but gold to me. They're very friendly, very great people. Y'all have seen me highlight them before on my channel, so I really have no doubts that they're going to get my stuff situated.
I'm sure they will.
And I will have about $1,000 bill whenever I go there, because I am getting them to do a full service on it while it's there, tighten up all the bolts, all of that other stuff. So when Uber gets back to the mountain, she's ready to work.
By the time I have to do here on my bike, I'm going to have them detail it.
Yeah.
Do a full service. They're going to do a full service on it anyway. I guarantee it. They're going to have to.
Oh, they're going to have to with everything set.
Yeah.
You know, like my guy that's working on my bike, he's the opposite of what Harley is. He would try to save you some money. Like, he's like, you don't want to, like, he even had a whole talk with me, you know, you're probably not going to get what you get into this when you're done with the type of bike that it is. And I was like, that's fine, because I got a good deal on the bike. Yeah. And I'm not going to have too much into it. And it's just something that's fun. And honestly, it's something that I'll turn into, because the cool thing about my bike is one of the ways that they customize them is you can put knobby tires on them and actually turn them into like a mountain climber or a dirt bike type thing.
You got to do more than just tires, though, for that.
Yeah. You got to change the handlebars. There's a lot of different things that you got to do, but you can turn it into an off-road type vehicle as well. So if I get to a point where I get me a nice little cruiser like back there, then I can turn that into just a fun,
a little fun,
mountain bike, you know, or pass it down to my son, you know, and let it be his first little bike or whatever. So.
Well, with that thing too, you can have that bike looking brand new. And like I said, I know where to go on different websites, different things, and how to customize those bikes, because I've done that for a long time. Yeah, we've actually talked about it whenever this whole deal came up. And mechanic wise, I want to start out with it mechanically sound. And once that, I'll maintain it from there. I am mechanically inclined. Y'all don't see me doing it a lot because I drive stuff with warranties. It's like 31st right up here.
Take it right.
Yeah.
But I didn't actually start driving new vehicles until I was like 34, 35 years old. So most of my life I was a shade tree mechanic, guys. I used to race Mustangs and, you know, tear motors down and take transmissions. I can mechanic. I don't like to, but I can. I'm more the type, I like to upgrade things. I don't like to fix things, you know. And so me and Anthony are actually going to set this bike up like I would like for comfort. To fit my body size and style and all that other stuff. We're going to do the work on that. It's going to be like a brother project, you know, us hanging out and just kind of working on our bikes. Yep, and doing the best we can, because, I mean, that Sporty is, you're tall. Yeah. So there's a couple things, like, right off the bat. Yeah. To make like a world of difference. And I got a bad back, so comfort is well. And we're gonna get you a backrest on that thing. We're gonna get you some forward controls. And the thing about those old iron heads, boys, you feel all of it. Oh yeah. You feel all of it, so you got to do the best that you can to get it as comfortable as possible. Right on the next street. Right on the next one. But we're getting close to our destination, guys. We wanted to just check in, let y'all know what we had going on today. We're hanging out like a herring and biscuit. We're probably going to get some lunch. While the trailer's empty, we're going to go ahead and pick up some supplies. We'll be recording all of that. Y'all kind of see how our day kind of went. But I love to see I'm already messing up. But I love every single one of y'all. Make sure that y'all do something nice for somebody today, guys. Take another step closer to your goals. But no matter what you do today, guys, always keep it real. Come on.